All right, good morning, everyone. So today is Monday, marks the beginning of another trading week. So we're going to start with the pre-market analysis, and the first one on the list is Euro USD. Euro USD. So on Euro USD, I have my monthly upper zone here, my monthly lower zone. So if you want closely on Euro USD, price is in an uptrend. You are looking at a bullish market over here. So you notice price has broken out of the monthly midway zone, which is a very strong resistance over here. So as price has broken out of the zone, creating a very strong bullish candle over here. We know that price has finally broken out the resistance. We have about 2 days and 30 hours for this monthly candle to close. So as you see a breakout of the zone, you are going to be expecting more buying opportunities all the way to the monthly upper zone, all the way to the monthly upper zone. So as we go to the lower time frames, we are going to be looking for buying opportunities on Euro USD. So let's go to the weekly. Yeah. So here we are on the weekly time frame, and on Euro USD, I have my weekly upper zone here, my weekly upper zone. And on Euro USD, you see that last week's candle actually formed a very nice shooting star, a very nice shooting star over here. And we've seen this pattern on Euro USD a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we saw it a couple of weeks ago. Uh, what is it? We saw it a couple of weeks ago. I have to go look for it. But we saw Euro USD creating a shooting star. And if you have been trading Euro USD for a while now, you understand all of it. So if you want to know uh, how the shooting star will affect the market and all those stuff, it's a good idea that in my mentorship class, I teach all those stuff over there. So on Euro USD, you see price has broken out of the monthly midway zone and is going for the monthly upper zone. But after price broke out of the monthly midway zone, you haven't seen a retest, but you haven't seen a retest before price is going, but I just seen a continuous push to the upside. So the question is, will Euro USD drop all the way to this zone before going to the upper zone? It seems a possibility, but price can actually just go tap into the zone before it will drop here, then continue the same pattern again. Or price can just drop from here to the zone before going all the way up. Any of them is cool. Any of them is cool. So let's go to the daily and see what price is doing over there. So on the daily time frame, I have my daily upper zone here, my daily lower zone, my daily upper zone, my daily lower zone. So on the daily time frame, you see that whenever price, you could see after price broke out of the monthly midway zone and tap into the monthly upper zone, it broke out of the monthly upper zone, tapping into the daily upper zone, dropped to the daily lower zone, broke out of the daily lower upper zone, then drop again. Like this, let me use the right. Okay, so it did something like this, tapping into the daily upper zone, daily lower, broke out of the daily zone. We just price will tap here, then continue, but rather it drop all the way to the daily lower zone. You see buying pressure coming in again. So with the buying pressure, continue pushing price to the upside, or would the buying pressure drop, creating a lower low, then all the way to the downside, like we said on the weekly time frame. So let's go to the 4 hour. We already have an entry on Euro USD We took this trade on Thursday. We are still holding. So let's go to the 4 hour and see the trade. Yeah. Okay. So this was the trade on Euro US. So I have my 4 hour upper zone here. So why we took this trade is because we have enough buying pressure at this daily demand zone that whenever price starts to be see buy pressure going all the way to the outside. So we are expecting to see buy pressure over there. But this trade we took it Thursday and looking at it now, it looks very risky. This trade looks very, very risky, very, very risky. But I am the type of trader whenever I take a trade, I don't close it. I just it's either TP or SL, and I'm always prepared for that. That's where my growth has reached. Whenever I pick a trade, it's either TP or SL. I don't close it on the way, even though I've seen that the trade looks bad. But I've already calculated my risk. My risk management is intact. I know how much I've risked on this trade and all those stuff. So when I pick the trade, uh, before I'll pick the trade, I saw that it was a good trade before I picked it. So whenever I'm in the trade and I've seen that it's looking bad, it might go and hit my stop loss. It's very at first as I was starting, I can close it, but now it's very hard for me because if I close it now, I'm violating my rules. I have a rules that I go by where I share it with my trading, my students or all those stuff. So as a trader, you have to get a trading plan, the rules and all those things. So that's basically the rules I follow. And if I close this trade, I'm going to violate the rules. So even though this trade is looking bad, this you can see price might drop, creating a lower low, a lower high, then continue going to the downside. But since price hasn't done that, we are already in the trade. So for me, I'm going to hold. For me, it's either TP or SL. It's either TP or SL. So if you've been with me for a while, you should know that about me. And that's how I simply trade. So it's either TP or SL. So I'm cool with that. But if you are not cool with it, you can close it. It's just about, let me see, that's about 8 pips lost. So it's no big deal. 8 pips lost. If you use 0.01 loss, that's about 0.08 cents loss. And if you use 0.1, that's 8 cents loss. If you use one lot size, that's just that'll be $0.8. No, that'll be $8 loss. That'll be $8 loss. And if you use 10 loss, that'll be $80 loss. It's no big deal. So you can just close it or you hold it like I'm doing it, either TP or SL. It's just an advice. So it's either you take it or you leave it. It's up to you. So the next pair on the list for today's pre-market analysis is USD JPY. This is a pair that has been giving us like good news for a while now, for like last year or to this year. This is a pair that has been giving us good news. The JPY pairs and couple of pairs like Gold, BTC, and the rest. Even though all the pairs have been giving us good news, but of late some of the pairs have just been giving headache. But it's good. That's how the market treats you sometimes. So if you've been in the markets for long, go on it. So this is USD and on the monthly time frame, I have my monthly upper zone here, my monthly lower zone, my monthly upper zone, my monthly lower zone. So on USD we are looking at a bullish market. higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, equal low, equal high, and see another equal low. So we should be expecting an equal high again. Then if if there's a possibility for the price to break the upside and continue, or price will just drop again, then we will see the next. But for now, since price hasn't tapped into the created the equal high yet, let's look for opportunity for it to go up there. So let's go to the weekly time frame and see how we are going to do it on USDJPY. So on USDJPY, I have my weekly upper zone here and my weekly lower zone. My weekly upper zone, weekly lower zone. So on USDJPY, just like I said on okay, so like I said on the monthly time frame, we are in an uptrend. But if you watch the weekly time frame very closely, we are looking at a downtrend. We are looking at a downtrend because uh, this was a high, an equal low. Then went for higher high, higher low, higher high, equal high. Then price drop. If price drop for an equal low, you are supposed to go up, but price failed and dropped to the downside, creating a lower low, a lower high, and you see lower low. So there's a possibility that price will go up, tapping into the lower high, then drop again. But since we don't know that yet, we are just going to be looking for buying opportunities from here all the way to the upside, all the way tapping into the weekly higher high. Then if price is able to break out of that zone, then we look for opportunities over crossing the weekly upper zone. But for now, we are just going to be looking for buying opportunities from here all the way to the weekly upper zone, all the way to the weekly upper zone. So let's go to the daily. Yeah, so on the daily time frame, I have my daily midway zone here, and if you could see after price tap into the weekly zone, it went all the way for the daily upper, sorry, the daily midway zone. So can we get a break to the upside, continue pattern like this, or a drop, then a continue pattern like this? We don't know we don't know yet, but since price hasn't done that, let's go to the 4 hour and see how we are going to prepare for this entry on USDJPY. USDJPY. So here we are on the 4 hour on USDJPY, and I have my 4 hour midway zone here. So on the 4 hour, we are seeing that price has started into the daily zone. So we are looking at two possible opportunities on USDJPY. Two opportunities. So first one would be for us to wait for price to break out of the daily zone, come back for a retest, then we look for buying opportunities on the retest all the way to the weekly zone. So with a candle confirmation over here, then we buy USDJPY. And the second would be, so this would be how we pick the entry on USDJPY. USDJPY. And like I said earlier, we are going to be targeting the weekly upper zone because of the resistance over there. So this will be the entry on USDJPY. And I said we are going to be looking at two entries. So the second entry will come in if price is able to drop all the way to the 4 hour midway zone. We get a candle confirmation over here, then we buy USDJPY all the way to the upside, all the way to the upside. So if price is able to drop on USDJPY, then we buy again. This will be how we prepare for the second entry on USDJPY. So either we get this entry or we get this on USDJPY. So either this or this, and any of them with a candle confirmation is for us to trade. So this is how we are going to pick the trade on USDJPY. This will be how we pick the trade on USDJPY. Okay, so that's it. Let's move on to the next pair. And the next pair on the list is GBP JPY. Okay, let's move on to this pair before GBP JPY. So the next pair on the list is Ethereum, ETHUSD, Ethereum. So the last time I analyzed ETH was about a year or two ago, which we bought ETH at the bottom over here, I think around here. We were targeting the upper zone here, but we're targeting 4,000 and 4,500, but price up into 4,000 and didn't go to 4,500, but we were able to close at 4,000 when price came back to 4,000 again. So after it closed at 4,000, we saw ETH drop because of the trend and the demand of ETH at that time. I wasn't looking at sell. The ETH was able to drop from 4,000 all the way to 1,000. Now we are seeing another high in ETH. We've been riding BTC for a while, even though we haven't been getting opportunities on Ethereum. But now we are seeing opportunity on Ethereum, and last week we were able to close BTC of about 10,000 pips, and my community members were just shouting. When I tell them that's just some small amount of pips we've got, they were shouting like it was something big. But you guys should know it. What you guys should know is I'm a swing trader. So as a swing trader, you are going to be catching more of those pips. More of those, you are going to be bagging more of those pips. So if you are also a swing trader and you are now starting and just getting into the market, you're expecting more of that. 10,000 pips is just something small. You can be catching 20,000, 50,000, and so forth. Unless you don't have the heart to hold, you are not ready for the profit. If you have the heart to hold for long, you enjoy. You definitely enjoy. So I've gone to the stage where I can hold the trade for long, for weeks or even months for it to hit my target. As long as it's moving in my favor, I can hold and hold and hold and hold. But even if it's moving against, if it hasn't hit my stop loss, I'll still hold because I know how much I'm risking and I'm cool with the risk. I'm cool with the risk. So that's it. That's basically what I do as a swing trader. So I have some people were asking, okay, since I'm a swing trader, can I do day trading? Can I scalp? Can I position trade and all those stuff? I can do all those stuff, but those day trading, scalping, they just don't work for me. I have students that scalp, I have students that day trade, and I have students that do position trading. But me personally, swing trading is what works for me. Swing trading is what works for me. So even if you are looking to become my student, the strategy I use works on all types, the type of traders available in the forex space. So if you want to be a day trader, a scalper, position trader, or a swing trader, you can become any of them you want. Just have to know the type of trader you are to become what you want to become. Okay? Yeah, so let's analyze Ethereum USD before we move on to the last pair, which will be GBP JPY. So on Ethereum USD, I have my monthly upper zone here, my monthly lower zone, my monthly upper zone, my monthly lower zone. So On Ethereum, you can see the price is in an uptrend, right? It's in an uptrend. So we have our lower low here, lower high, lower low, then still lower high. The price dropped for lower low, went for an equal high, the price got here. You were supposed to see a push to the upside again, but price didn't do that. It dropped to the lower low. So now we have a resistance over here. Have a resistance over here. So there's a possibility that price will tap into this zone and drop, but we don't know that yet. So since there's a possibility of price going back up here, let's look for buying opportunities from here all the way into this zone. So when I go to the weekly time frame, you understand what I mean. Yeah, so here we are on the weekly time frame, and I have my weekly upper zone and my weekly midway zone. So the resistance I was talking about on the monthly time frame is this weekly midway zone. This resistance is what I was talking about. So this resistance is where we are. So we are looking for buying opportunities all the way to the weekly resistance zone. The weekly resistance zone. So since we know what we are doing the weekly, let's go over to the daily time frame and see what we can get there. So on the daily time frame, I have my daily upper zone here and my daily lower midway zone, my daily upper zone, my daily midway zone. So on the daily time frame, like we said on the daily time frame, we are seeing okay. So like we said on the weekly, we are seeing the exact same structure on the daily. So let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, we can pick the move the four. Okay, so here we are on the 4 hour, and I have my 4 hour midway zone here. If we see price has broken out of the zone, went for a lower high, it dropped, went for an equal high, then it's dropping again. So we are expecting price to go to the upside on Ethereum USD. But we are seeing a kind of resistance at this daily zone here. We are seeing some kind of resistance over here. So what I think is best for us to do on Ethereum USD is just to wait for price to break out of the daily zone, come back for a retest, then buy Ethereum over here. I'm going to buy Ethereum over here. And it's best we do it that way because of what I saw on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I'm seeing a bearish market. So watch closely. We are seeing a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, a low high, then a new lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, the lower low. So this might be a lower high. Then price continues going to the downside. But if price is able to break out of this lower high, creating a new higher high, drop for a higher low, then we can buy from here and expect price to go to the upside, so giving us a change of character. So if price is able to break out of this zone, this daily zone, then we are seeing a change of character. So if price breaks out of here, comes back for a retest, then this will be the change of character. Wait for a candle confirmation over here. Then we buy ETH USD, like I said on the 4 hour. So this is why we are going to be waiting for ETH USD to break out, then we buy all the way to the weekly upper, all the way to the weekly upper. So this will be how we take the trade on Ethereum USD, on Ethereum USD. And this is about 6,500 pips, and it's good. So let's just wait for this structure on Ethereum USD. So let's go to the last pair on the list, which is GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Okay, so on GBP JPY, I have on GBP JPY, I have my monthly upper zone here, my monthly midway zone, and my monthly lower zone. My monthly upper zone, midway, and my monthly lower zone. So on the monthly time frame, if you all could agree with me, we are in an uptrend like this: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then you see that an equal high and an equal low, and so you should be expecting price to go the upside. And at any time price taps into this monthly midway zone, you see the buying pressure coming in anytime price starts to that zone. So we are expecting price to do that one more time, and we are seeing it already. So as you go to the lower time frame, we are just going to be looking for buying opportunity on GBP JPY. So yeah, just like I said on the monthly, you can see it right now. So I have my weekly upper zone, my weekly lower zone. So like I said on the monthly, anytime price starts to hit month, monthly midway, so you see buying pressure all the way to the upside, all the way, and we are seeing the exact same structure over here again. So we are just going to be looking for buying opportunities on GBP JPY all the way to the weekly upper zone. So here we are on the daily. So here we are on the daily, and I have my daily midway zone over here. And what you saw on the monthly is exactly what you are seeing. Sorry, what you saw on the weekly is exactly what you see on the daily. So let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah. So on the 4 hour time frame, I have my 4 hour upper zone here and my 4 hour lower zone on GBP JPY. So on the 4 hour time frame, you can see that price has broken out. Price has broken out of the 4 hour upper zone, creating a new high. So we should be expecting a, creating a high high. So we should be expecting a higher low with a kind of confirmation before take the buy on GBP JPY all the way to the upside, all the way to the upside. So on GBP JPY, we are just going to wait for price to come into the zone here, give us a candle confirmation, then we buy all the way to the upside. I just going to wait for price to come down, give us a candle confirmation, then we buy all the way to the downside on GBP JPY. So this is where the entry point will be after the candle confirmation, then buy targets going all the way to the upside on GBP JPY. So this will be the complete analysis on JPY, GBP JPY. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do so by clicking on the subscribe button. So do so by clicking on the subscribe button. So anytime I drop a new video, you'll be one of the few people to get the notification to watch it right away. And if you haven't joined my Telegram community, you can join because it's completely free. Completely free. You can join now and get access to free signals. And anytime any of these signals are ready, I will always drop it in the group for everyone to take. I'll always drop it in the group for everyone to take. Yeah, so if you also want to get access to my mentorship, my contact details will be in the description. You can pick it and text me or contact me right away so I can add you to the mentorship badge. May's mentorship class is just around the corner, so you can actually join and get tips about what we are doing over here. So That will be all on today's free market analysis, and peace out.